7:33 on this Wednesday, April 13th, and 2 years ago today, 3 people were shot at 2 Jewish centers in Overland Park.
Yeah, the loss leaving a community in shock, but determined to turn it into something positive. KMBC-9's Martin Augustine is live this morning in Overland Park, where it is the second day in a week-long event happening in the metro. Martin?
Good morning, Donna. The theme for this second day of 7 days is discovery. We're at Sunlight Day Spa here in Overland Park, a breakfast program, and I'm with the 2 featured speakers, authors Lisa K. Cooper and Mary Lucas. They both are authors, and they've written on subject matters that really apply to today. Mary, let's start with you. Tell us about your book and kind of how it fits in with what we're talking about.
Well, today is, yes, about discovery, but it's also how do you keep your loved one's spirit and legacy alive? And the book I wrote is about my father, John Bickelmeyer. He's the founder of Bickelmeyer Meats in Kansas City. Appropriately, the book title is Lunch, Meat, and Life Lessons, Sharing a Butcher's Wisdom. And the epitaph on my mom and my dad's tombstone is, to live in hearts we leave behind is not to die. To live in hearts we leave behind is not to die. I wanted him to live on, so I wrote the book.
Very good. Lisa, now tell us about your book here, You Are My Voice, where it came from and how it fits in today.
Thank you. Number one, tying in with the discovery theme, what I do with my book is I help people discover that love never dies. Because after my mother passed away in 2011, I began experiencing some pretty unique discoveries when it came to life after death. And as I experienced these discoveries, I felt like I needed to write them down and share the hope and peace that I received with other people so that they could also find hope as they grieve a loss.
It kind of strikes me as how both of you never really set out to write the book, but the book sort of came organically in this. What are you going to, very quickly, maybe a couple of things you're going to tell everybody this morning?
Really, I think, as I mentioned to you earlier, I'm an accidental author, but I'm an intentional communicator. And for me, sharing my dad's wisdom and keeping it alive, I think it's an example for others in the room about how do you cope with grief, how do you cope with loss, and how do you make something more of it than the sadness.
Lisa, how about you?
I love that. I'm an accidental author as well. And as I mentioned before, helping people discover that death is a part of life and that our loved ones can continue to love us, share our journeys, and even provide a little help along the way.
Very good. Lisa K. Cooper, she's the author of You Are My Voice, and Mary Lucas, author of Lunch, Meat, and Life Lessons. Thank you both for joining us this morning, all part of the program here in day 2 of 7 days. Back to you.
All right, Martin.